employment hiring, and they're looking for very specific skill sets, and they're actually asking more of universities. They're saying, don't teach as much information theory, teach Java, teach.
So let me rephrase that. The thing is that, you know, the comment was that employers these days are looking for just-in-time employees, people that already know what to do, and they're sort of looking for very specific skill sets. That's the case in a lot of cases, you know, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't teach certain specific tools that, or allow the students to use those tools and gain the experience with them. However, the thing that you really should be doing is allowing these students to be able to learn how to change over time, so that when the circumstances change, they can then move on to the next tool. And the other thing about that is, more and more, you're seeing more and more need and more people who are saying, I need to have free software people. I need to have people that know Linux or know BSD or something like that. And this, again, we're going to be talking about more of this tomorrow, but you're actually seeing people starting to specify free tools as the things that they want to have. So much so that there's a premium on people that know how to use Linux and free software, and therefore they can make actually more money doing that than using proprietary tools. Did I answer the question?
We did. It's just, it's not so much the proprietary versus the open as it is that employers, when rather than having employees evolve into the next language, they just end the contract, because they're doing more and more contracting now. They just end the contract and start a new one with the skill set already in place from a different individual.
Well, but the thing is, you still want to have as broad a skill set as possible, because if they terminate your contract, then your job is to go out and find a new one, okay? And, you know, it is becoming less of a lifetime type of job where you have the job with the company for your entire life, and more of a job shop contract type of thing. But I still feel that goes back to knowing more about the basics and being able to apply that with different tools, be able to learn about the new tool and be able to go out there and meet that market than being taught about a product. I'll go back to the example of Nortel. If I spend 2 years learning about Nortel and then all of a sudden they go bankrupt, that's it. I haven't necessarily learned the tools which allow me to go out and get another job. You know, tomorrow you're going to hear me say a phrase, not in our best business interest. And what you have to do is you have to apply that phrase either to you as a person, what's in my best business interest, or you have to listen to that as it comes from a company, what is their best business interest. And you know, you have to make a decision about which path you're going to take. I think that you should be thinking about what's your best business interest. Maybe that corresponds sometimes. But as educators, we need to worry about the student, you know, and we need to worry about the country and where's the country going. That's a problem. Yes, sir.
I just want to say, I started out with Microsoft and with the Microsoft Office Suite, and I went to Ubuntu and to Linux and Debian, and also to OpenOffice, and I found that learning the tools in those systems complemented what I learned in Microsoft Office. Good logic is good logic, no matter what environment you're in. You can use it in both systems. They're not mutually exclusive.
And when you look across the different products, that brings up the question of, why did this person do it this way? Why didn't they do it that way? What's the feature that's missing out of this one? But if you only learn one product, that's your sole focus. That's a problem.
Can I make one comment to that regard?
Okay.
One of the things that in my own class...
This is David Trask, by the way.
Teach concept versus application. You know, with regard to programming, teach good programming skills, and then the kids start off and will pick the rest of it up. But in the case of Microsoft Office and OpenOffice and so forth, if you teach kids, for example, that a keyboard shortcut to save is Control-F, the keyboard shortcut is Control-P to print, that's the same with every program. On a Mac, it's Clover-F and Clover-P. You teach those same basic concepts. How do I change the font? How do I, so forth? So with my second graders, my own second graders, in one period, we used 5 different word processing programs, 5 different offices, Abbey Word, Microsoft Office, Open Office, Haywood, and I can't remember what the fifth one is. But at the end of the period, basically I say to the kids, do we care what the buttons look like? Do we care if it's a bold looking A or a bold looking B? Do we care what the keyboard shortcuts are? We learn one, because I teach them the first one, and then they take the rest of them out. And so it kind of goes along with what you said. So if we get away from, it's just one more very quick thing. When I first started teaching, we had, I feel your hand on my shoulder. You know, I used to use things like CloudWorks and AppleWorks and Cloud Homepage and some of those programs that many of you may have used when we first started out. That's when the current high school students were in kindergarten. Those programs no longer exist.